Good morning, everyone. Happy Earth Day. It is April 22nd, 2020. A lot of twos in there,
Yeah.
a lot of fours.
hmm
22nd is 4, 2020, that's 4. Numerology, this is a great day. So we'll start with the gong. And I'm going to cough. So for Earth Day, take breath. Ground yourself to our mother, the earth. And today, in the Daily Good, which I think we have talked about before, it's a daily thing. And what they did was they asked 10 people what was the question? The question had to do with hope and with nature. So on this Earth Day, what is your biggest hope? And I'm going to read one of the authors. They talked to 10 authors, and one of the authors is Amy Tan, who wrote the Joy Luck Club, and she's actually written 6 novels, including The Valley of Amazement, The Bone Setter's Daughter, and The Joy Luck Club. Okay, so this passage is from her introduction in How to Teach Nature Journaling, Curiosity, Wonder, Attention. And that is by John Muir Laws and Emily Ligren. So here's what she has to say. I think of nature drawing as a spiritual connection to nature, and nature journaling as a written testament of miracles in the wild. Each day, I wake with curiosity over what is happening in my yard. Each day holds discoveries that I write down. The sounds that juvenile birds make when they are unsuccessful in finding food. The stretch mark patterns of bark on an old oak. The glints of gold on the bay that I mistook to be a school of anchovies. The tangled fingers of bleached bull kelp drying into sculpture. Each day, I can do what I loved as a child. Put pencil to paper to capture life, whether a detailed rendering with colored pencils or a lively sketch in the moment noting mysteries while sitting on a log. Through the practice of nature journaling, my fear of making mistakes is gone. I have abandoned my lifelong need for perfection. I am freed from the rusty rules based on can't and don't and won't. My brain is more flexible. In fact, scientific research proves that active learning through nature journaling, can change the brain and boost intelligence. It makes sense. If kids are free to wonder aloud without feeling dumb or tested, they remain engaged. If they are happy in what they are doing, their attention span grows. By noticing how they feel when they experience something new, they absorb ideas more quickly. By being excited with what they've created, their memory expands and becomes the wellspring for future learning. Imagine it. Whether we are 6 or 60, we can forge a new brain path that goes beyond former dead ends. In one of John Muir Law's books, I read something profound that changed the way my brain thinks. As you draw the bird, he writes, try to feel the life within it. So now I look at the bird before me and imagine how it senses the world, how it feels breathing cold air, how it feels to have its feathers ruffling in the wind, how it feels to always have an eye out for possible food and possible predators. The bird sees me and is a nanosecond from flying off, but it stays. Why? By imagining the life within, the bird I am drawing is alive, no longer a shape and its parts, but a thinking, sentient being, always on the brink of doing something. By feeling the life within, I am always conscious that all creatures have personalities, and so do trees and clouds and streams. To feel the life within, I now imagine myself as the bird that is looking at me. I imagine its wariness, the many ways it has almost died in its short life. I worry over its comfort and safety and whether I will see my little companion the next day, the next year. To feel the life within is to also feel grief in the goneness of a single creature or an entire species. Imagination is where compassion grows. Let us join with children to imagine and wonder, to use curiosity as the guide to miracles in plain sight. Let us enter with them into wild wonder so that we become guardians together of all that is living and all that must be saved. Let's consider Amy Tan's words. She talks about the connection, that everything is connected, that everything has a personality. As I stand here, I can hear the wind blowing outside. I can hear birds chirping. All connected to me. We acknowledge that on this Earth Day and encourage you to take that forward into every day, that connection. So the question for today is, how do you see the connection with all things? How do you see the connection with all things? Have a beautiful day, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.